Good morning. I am Kamil Hakimi, and today I will present my study on the liquidity risk management of RHB Bank Berhad from 2015 to 2024. RHB is a Malaysia's fourth largest fully integrated financial group. Despite its statutory long legacy, the bank faced critical challenges, including funding fragility and the risk of being unable to meet short-term obligations to the stakeholders. My research focused on these vulnerabilities over a 10-year period. I have established three research objectives. First, to determine internal factors. Second, to determine external factors. And third, to determine the combined effect of both on the bank liquidity ratio. My central research question asks, does a relationship exist between the liquidity ratio and internal factors, external factors, or both combined? In my literature review, I define liquidity risk based on Haralaya 2023, who described it as the incapability to assemble reimbursement when obligation come due. Following Goodhart 2008 theory, effective management requires maintaining high-quality liquid asset to survive stress event. This research utilized the liquidity ratio as the dependent variable to measure this resilience. For internal factors, I examine metrics such as credit risk, return on asset, and the debt to asset ratio. For external factors, I look at macroeconomic indicators, including GDP, inflation, and interest rate. By selecting these variables, I can identify whether RHB liquidity is driven by internal management decision or the broader Malaysian economic climate. My methodology involved 10 years of secondary data analysis via multiple linear regression. To address my objective, I developed three models. Model 1 for internal factors, Model 2 for external factors, and Model 3 for the combined effect. This time structure allowed me to pinpoint which group of variables hold the most predictive power over RHB liquidity level. Collected data will be used to calculate multiple ratios such as LR, DTAR, and CG index, and others. The ratio will be used in SPSS to generate descriptive, correlation, model summary, ANOVA, and coefficient. Turning to the data analysis for Model 3, the descriptive statistic revealed that debt to asset ratio DTAR has the highest mean at 25.97. This is critical figure as it showed RHB significant reliance on leverage and customer deposit. Meanwhile, the average liquidity ratio stands at 0.0475, indicating the baseline buffer the bank maintained over a 10-year period. Looking at the relationship between variables, the most significant result is the positive correlation between risky sector loan (RACL) and liquidity at 0.604 with p-value of 0.032. This suggests that as the bank engaged in riskier lending, it strategically increased its liquid reserve. Conversely, factors like CG index and GDP show no statistically significant correlation with the liquidity ratio. The model summary provides our most powerful statistical evidence. The adjusted R-squared is 0.724. This means that 72.4% of the fluctuation in RHB liquidity can be explained by the variable in the combined model. This is a very high percentage, proving that when we look at internal and external factors together, we get highly accurate picture of the bank risk. For the ANOVA result, the model showed a significant value of 0.058, while just slightly above the standard threshold. It indicates that the combined set of internal and external variables has a meaningful predictive relationship with RHB liquidity level. It confirmed that the model as a whole is fit for explaining bank risk profile. Finally, the regression coefficient identifies the primary driver of risk. The debt-to-asset ratio (DTAR) is the most significant individual influencer with p-value of 0.042. The negative coefficient tells us that as debt level rise, the liquidity ratio falls. This result is crucial because it's proof that internal leverage is much larger threat to RHB liquidity than any external economic factor like GDP or inflation. RHB Bank maintained a consistent liquidity profile. Internal factors, specifically RASL and DTAR, are more influential than external economic factors, which explain only 25.9% of the variance and were statistically non-significant. Based on this finding, I propose four strategic actions: standardized internal liquidity risk management framework, maintain high-quality liquid asset (HQLA), diversify funding sources, and adopt LCR and NSFR monetary standard. Thank you.